Welcome back, One by Podcast. This week, we actually just had a chit chat. We didn't speak about anything useful apart from we hear about Tom's 70.3 Worlds and whether we'd rather see Ironman Worlds in Nice or Kona. We actually didn't even decide that. We just talked through some of the things we'd like to see.
Yeah.
And we hear about Sam's cooking, or Sam watching his mum cook Christmas dinner and realizing pubs are open. And owing Sam Proctor some money. So, yeah, Sam, enjoy that one. Anything else? Anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Sweet. Enjoy the episode. Right, welcome back. One by Podcast. We were getting Christmas out of the way, so didn't do an episode last week. Tom was having a nice holiday in New Zealand. Hey lads, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, too
Good.
bad.
How was the rest of everyone's travels?
I am pretty tired. It's been a long few days.
Yeah.
We flew on Christmas Eve and got in at like midday on Christmas Day. But with the time zone, it was like nearly 40 hours of travel or something. Yeah,
That is a
pretty
lot.
rough.
Yeah. And then what did you do over Christmas?
I just had dinner at Sean's.
Nice.
That was nice. Chilled evening. I then came back to Derby yesterday. Went to watch the Derby match. Won there, so that was good. Just been chilling really. No training or anything like that. Just trying to get
nice.
over all the travels and stuff. So
How's the body after
nice.
70.3 Worlds?
Yeah, it's recovered fairly well. I've not, like I said, I've really not done much at all except just a few bits of my holiday. So, yeah, like it's end of season break, so I'm not really fussed either.
Nice. I'm sure we'll get into the race later. Sam, how has it been back from Thailand?
So
You've been away so long, you've changed passport.
we kind of ruined our travel day.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
By the night before going on a really big night out, which was actually Lucy's doing, not mine for once, which is really strange. And she felt worse than me. No, now we're on video. I can.
Oh, yeah. And you're repping Precision. Are you allowed to do that?
I live golf, so I love golf.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. What are the drinks?
That was it. Well, so between four of us, we must have had 30 shots, like split between the four of us.
Right.
And I was like, the next day I woke up, so we had shots.
Hang on, who's the other two?
Rich and
Nice.
this British woman who lives out in Thailand called.
Fine,
Sophie.
two friends.
Yeah.
Checking you weren't talking about yourself in third person, I'm like.
No.
Because you started the story as you and Lucy went on a night out, and it slowly morphed into four people.
But we had 30 shots, I reckon. We might even had 40. We probably bought a round each. And I was like, why am I not? And we were drinking them all with a bottle of Singer. So like, we constantly had a beer, and then we're just drinking shots. I was like, why are we not more drunk? And it turns out that the shots were a cocktail, but poured into loads of little glasses.
Okay.
So you're having one shot glass, and you're having however much of a cocktail, and it doesn't actually add up to that much.
Yeah.
Because in the morning I was like expecting to feel horrendous, and then I didn't feel anywhere near as bad as I thought it would. It kind of got worse as the day went on, and then we had to stay up till midnight to get on a flight. Lucy wasn't in the best of places.
That's like the opposite of that stuff that was going on in Asia, where they were kind of spiking mixers with that.
Yeah, with extra alcohol.
Or
Yeah.
People died.
Unpurified alcohol, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Or
it was in. No, they died. So, and it was whatever they were putting in like buckets that you drink out there. And we were talking about this, and we we're like, oh yeah, imagine like dying from a hangover. Like, you wake up in the morning like, fuck, I feel terrible. And then by the afternoon, you're just dead.
No.
Yeah. Then we ordered buckets.
Poisoning, just poisoning, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah.
Poisoning.
Yeah. Fair. Nice. And how was the flight? I heard you got a decent official plane meal.
Yeah, I had Christmas dinner. Did you get Christmas dinner, Tom?
No.
Oh yeah,
No,
it was wicked. I was well happy.
I had a curry, maybe a stroganoff, I think, at one point. I
Did you
can't really
fly?
remember.
You flew the same day though, right?
No, you flew the day before us, I think, did you, Sam?
Yeah,
Okay.
Were you with Qatar?
I know we were Emirates.
Ah, okay, that's probably also why.
Were you
Yeah.
Qatar
I was Qatar, yeah.
for the free bike?
We did, well, yes and no. They didn't want to put the bike on free.
Right.
So they wanted to charge us like 700 quid, 600 quid for the excess.
Right.
But we thought, okay, so you basically have to book through a code that Ironman give you. And I didn't
Right.
do that. So it's kind of my fault. But I got some evidence of like chat communication with Qatar saying, oh, it's fine, just show your race entry and they should be able to trade it back into free. And they really
Yeah.
didn't want to. So I was ready to pay it, to be honest. I was like, I just want to get through. But Sean dug his heels in, stood her ground, and battled the case. So I didn't
Nice.
have to cough up, which is, yeah, it was good in the end. It's advice for anyone if you are booking with Qatar, to use the code. Because you've got nothing to go with if you have not got I think the evidence of that booking. Thankfully
Yeah.
it was
Fair.
all right. I think it was because we were right in front of the queue and there were loads of people checking on and they were getting stressed about the timing in the queue and trying to get people checked in. So it worked
Yeah.
out in the
Nice.
end.
Nice. Sam, I filled your spot on your Christmas drinks with the lads.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I acted as you for the evening. I think I played the role pretty well. It was we had a lot of fun. They drink so slowly.
Who was out?
We had Jimmy, Elliot, Ed came
Elliot
for a
doesn't drink
few.
slow.
Elliot drinks very slowly.
I went out in Pontefract last night with Elliot, and we weren't drinking slowly.
All right. Well, on that night, everyone just decided to just nurse the pints which was fine, but it was a bit of it was bizarre. And then Bucko, Lewis, and I'm missing someone. Ed came for a few. Oh, Jack Willis.
I'm fucking hell, Jack Willis.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know Jack Willis was in that friendship group, but it was good to see him. So Vic's his cousin is best friends with Vic. No, his cousin's wife is best friends with Vic. So there we had small world. I should say my flatmate. I shouldn't call it Vic. It's a bit weird. Yeah, but everyone's on good form. We ended up in Slug and Lettuce drinking out of glitter balls with Santa hats on.
All right, Slug and Lettuce. Okay, I'm going there later today. I'm not. Who goes to Slug and Lettuce? Sorry.
I don't think I've ever been to one.
Well, basically, it's because it's next to the
What's
station.
that about? Oh,
And
okay.
we were walking past, and we'd walked past about 6 bars, and everyone's like, "Shall we? Shan't we? Shall we? Shan't we?" I was like, let's just go in and get a drink." So we did. But it was good. I'll show you a photo. Seeing as we are now on video, yeah, you can watch us on YouTube if you need. There's me and Booker with our glitter ball Santa hats.
It's quite good.
I must have one of the group. No, just Lewis and Jack. They're basically just like juice with no alcohol in, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
And we'd left the Angel Inn, which obviously in the centre of Leeds, where we're buying rounds of 7 pints a go for 25 quid.
That's
It's
quite
like,
the contrast.
why are we leaving this place to get 2 cocktails that have got no alcohol in for 15 quid? But yeah, and then it was quite a tame one. Everyone kind of went home at like sometime between 9 and 11, which was quite nice. So there wasn't really any hangover
That's all right.
because it was Monday evening, and it's nothing really happening on a Monday evening in Leeds. 2 days before Christmas.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, it wasn't Christmas Eve.
No, it's the day before. Yeah, if it was Christmas Eve, it probably would have been a bit more rowdy because Leeds would have had more happening. But
Yeah.
it was very quiet.
It was the same in Auckland. It was dead. Though I went into a pub and I found a Thornbridge like bar clip, which is pretty mad considering Thornbridge is in Bakewell in the Peak District in Auckland, to the
Yeah,
side of us.
yeah.
But I was pretty happy I found that.
You had some good ales by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, New Zealand's got a great beer selection.
Oh, nice.
Even cask beer, found some of that, which is exceptional.
I've got some topics as well that we need to. Some are boring and you got triathlon in, and some are just quite funny. Oh,
Have
this
we?
was it. No, they're just like things I've observed over the last 3 weeks since we've recorded. One that gets me, that I find myself having a good chuckle in the car, is when.
Are we having a good chuckle on your own?
Oh yeah, it was quite funny. I was like, why do people do this? And it's about, right, primary school teachers. Okay, both my mum and sister are primary school teachers, so I'll go easy. Why? So they came. So basically, there's a load of kids out, like maybe let's call it a class of 30, 40 kids out for a walk, and they cross the road using like the Pelican Crossing. So like they press the lights on red, and they march all the kids into the road. So they tried to get 30 kids across the road. And I'm obviously like the first, say obviously, I'm the first car ready to go.
Are you revving?
Why? Yeah. Why the big diesel engine? Why do the primary school teachers stand in the middle of the road with their hand up like this? Like, I'm not about to plow through 30 children, even though the light's gone green, and knock them all down. And also, if I decide to do that, you stood with your hand up isn't stopping anyone. Like, just get out of the road and help get your kids across. I just don't get it. So I was like, this is the most stupid thing ever. Get out of the road. To the woman, the kids obviously crossed happily, and then she put her hand down and scurried away. I was like, why? Why do they insist on putting the hand up in the middle of the road? You wouldn't stop a car.
Did they have high vis on as well?
No.
I always find it funny when you see kids walking on the pavement. Did they?
Yeah, and it's like, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on whatever day, and I was like, I'm not about to just rail through. It's not going to be some, young lad runs over 30 primary school children.
What
did the road?
What did the teacher say when you shouted that out the window?
I was just laughing. I was like, listen, just help your children cross. Maybe I'm just miserable, but yeah, that was funny. And then the other funny thing that happened to me was I'm gonna have to check if I can tell this story. But so I'm doing an exhibition the whole way through. I probably can the whole way through January here in Leeds. So we've like got all the prints on the walls, all that's ready to go, blah blah. And me and my flatmate are both like taking most of our meetings there through January, just 'cause it's like nice thing to do. There's a little cafe there, so it'd be cool to like show people around. And she forgot that she was going to meet her new at the gallery to like show her the prints and stuff, forgetting that she's blind. She was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I thought you told me she was blind." And she's like, "Oh yeah, forgot about that."
That's quite impressive, that.
So I was like, maybe we don't. Like, it'd be a lovely thing to do, but maybe let's work some stuff through first.
You could have like visual descriptions for her.
Do you mean audio?
Do I?
Visual descriptions won't be much use.
Isn't that a description of the visual?
But it needs to be audible.
I don't know. Yeah, all right.
All the names in Braille.
Let's make it more simple. Vic can tell her what the pictures are.
Yeah, well, she'll have to. I think she can actually see a bit up close, etc. But yeah, she's very much, what's it called, visually impaired. So that was the other funny thing that happened. I've got nothing else to report. The story I told Sam before recording can't go on air. I will get castrated, and that's it. And then no more fun stories.
It was telling me that you're doing a run tomorrow, Tom.
Oh yeah, my brother's set up his version of the Real Otley Run.
Oh, nice.
So it's 10 miles, 10 pints, and 10 different pubs.
That'd be good.
Good, yeah. Well, just as a warm up for New Year's Eve celebration.
Is it in Derby?
Yes, it starts in Belper, which is 10 miles outside. So yeah, it'd be really good. We've got t-shirts. David made t-shirts for it. We are gonna look really cool. And then they're the list of locations.
That's a good t-shirt, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm thinking about cutting the sleeves off and just, go tank top.
Are you coming on Otley Run, Jack? Have you been given the all clear?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think my flatmate's going because she won't. She's like, I don't want to just go out with the lads.
No, it's not just lads.
It's not just lads.
Yeah, name 3 girls that she can spend time with on the Otley Run.
Sean, Libby,
Right. So the other issue,
Jack's girlfriend. Not
Ellie.
you. Ellie.
The
Yeah.
other issue is
That's three.
the other issue is with me not running because I'm actually still very sore, so can't run it. So I'll have to get like taxis or whatever, or buses. That
Yeah,
then
gravel
she's
bike.
like, no,
You don't personally have a. Do you want a mountain bike?
no,
Oh.
I've got a mountain bike you can use.
yeah. Then I suppose I could do something like that, but then that also writes her out, and it's the same. Like outfit choices become quite important in my flatmate's rationale. And if she's not running, she can't wear running kit, so she'd want to dress nice, and then she'd be out of place. So she's decided against it. That was the.
I will dress nicely so that she fits in. If she's
But
not
then
running
you're
in
running, so you'll be knee deep in mud. And
front. I get my jeans muddy.
this is a battle I lost. She was very keen. Doesn't like apart from Sean was the only person I knew that she would know that isn't male. And there's a lot happening there with a load of drunk lads. Yeah, I don't know if she'll come. But I'm in, but again, I can't run and I can't really walk at the minute. I'm quite sore. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do either. But
Is that anything to do with the big bike mileage you've been doing?
no, well, maybe. But yeah, we don't really know what's going on. But yeah, it's I've not really done much bike mileage for the last like 3 weeks and it's getting worse. So it's like just annoying. So I'm seeing a specialist in London. But anyway, I can't. Yeah, I'm going to be staying off my feet as much as possible. Yeah, I will be there, but I think I might have to get Ubers.
Yeah, people have done that before. You can get the bus down
Yeah.
to Otley, do the Otley ones, and then catch the bus up to Bramham or something. And then,
Yeah, shouldn't be too bad.
What's the plan after, Tom? Do we know?
No,
This is another great question.
last year we went to Terminus because they had karaoke on, I think. I've been out of the country. I've kind of left it to just be sorted out by other people. There's nothing set planned. I don't think there's like a host or whatever, but we could probably have people around ours. Not like 20 or 30 people, but like a smaller group.
Sam, can I get changed at yours afterwards?
Yes.
Sweet. That's probably my move, is to come dressed like this and then put some jeans in, because I've been told I have to wear jeans.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you in trousers. It was wild.
It's odd, yeah, I don't like it. Well, that was in case somewhere we went anywhere that was like, you can't come in shorts, and we didn't, so I should have just worn shorts. Yeah, it was a waste of time. Shorts for the win. In fact, you'll see me in trousers twice in 2 weeks,
Why?
because on the exhibition private viewing, you'll see I'll have to wear trousers as well.
Is that formal?
It depends what you mean by formal.
Do I have to wear a shirt?
I don't think I'll wear a shirt. So no. Yeah, I don't think it's that formal. We're just gonna drink wine and look at average pictures. And there's food. There'll be some food as well. I booked a caterer, so there'll be like pie and pasta and some other bits. So there's meant to be some decent amount of food there, rather
Pie
than
and
canapes.
pasta. That's it.
Yeah, it's quite the mix of food we've got going on. Yeah.
I've never had a side of pasta with my pie before.
No, you cut the pie into small pieces and mix it in with your pasta. Have you not had pork pie spaghetti?
Yeah. It better not be pork pie. Yeah. Yeah, we've not really. Yeah, there's no. And then it finishes at 9, so
Yeah.
it's like early. It's not like it's an evening thing where you have to dress smart and yada yada. I'm sure this is absolutely riveting for our listeners.
You should stitch someone up and tell them it's black tie.
Rusty.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cut that out.
Tell anyone that everyone that doesn't listen to the podcast is black tie, and they will know.
Surely everyone who comes to the podcast, who's coming, is listening to the podcast.
My mum is coming, so there's one. So we should talk a little bit about triathlon. We need to hear Tom's run through of 70.3 Worlds and talk through the chit chat about what we think if Ironman goes back to Kona next year, because I know there's nothing been confirmed yet. There's a lot of rumours, so we should speculate before we know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll let whichever order you guys want to talk.
Go on, Tom.
Yeah, I won't talk about it too long because it's 2 weeks ago now, isn't it? More or less. Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. Race had a solid day out. Didn't go perfectly because I didn't make the front pack on the bike, which is annoying because that's where the results came from. I'd say it was a very unfair start, to be honest, because it was like seeded. The top 10 were seeded, but I don't know how they were seeded. Because obviously Hayden deserves to be seeded in the top 10, but Kyle wasn't in the top 10. So it's like I'm not quite sure how they've done that Ironman, because Hayden's not raced an Ironman event for over a year. So I don't know. Like that, it probably needs to be a bit clearer on how they do that sort of ranking. But yeah, so basically top 10, they lined up from left to right because it's the shortest line. I then thought it'd be just called out on ranking number afterwards. So I was just like mooching around at the back because I was, I think, 48 or something. But now it's just like a mad rush onto the pontoon of the starting area. So I basically started on the right somewhere, and it was just a kind of a bit of a swim. Fast guys on the left straight out, and then it was quite tricky to make front pack. But after that, I kind of got on the bike, just found myself in a group eventually. Christian was riding really well with Ruben, so they kind of held the gap to the front guys for like maybe 60k of the ride. Like I spent all my pennies just like kind of bridging across to groups rather than like working on the front, so I couldn't really contribute to the actual pace of that pack in the end. And then yeah, we lost a bit of time in the final, like 20k. I think that was, I guess, like a bit of second pack syndrome, you know, when you just like kind of sit up and kind of look. A lot of people look around thinking to kind of get my legs ready to run fast, and the race
it looked like it looked from the feed like once Christian stopped pulling, everyone sat up.
Yeah. I mean, he did a great job, and he was fine for his ranking one. But I guess his rival Gregory was in the pack, and I don't think we had. It was hard to kind of get a feedback on where other people were, so I guess I assumed he knew that he wasn't kind of close by. I think he was probably pretty safe with where he was going to finish. He did actually drop his chain in the last like 3k. Christian did. So he like lost about 30 or 40 seconds to the pack in the end.
I did wonder where the gap came from.
Yeah, that was it. A bit of bad luck really, just final bit downhill.
Especially as he was just over a minute off the next like 50 grand.
Was he?
Yeah,
I didn't know how close it got.
Because it was to Patrick, and I think he needed to finish within like 11 and a half minutes of the winner, and he was 12 and a half.
Oh.
That actually
and it was 50,000. I think it's $55,000 US.
Oh, that's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really unlucky. I didn't realise it was that close, because I think that probably would have been the difference, to be honest. Because it gives you people to run with, doesn't it, at the very least?
Yeah.
Even if it.
He was in a 5-way sprint finish though.
Yeah, he was. But I guess that doesn't really matter in terms of points, does it?
No.
But obviously it does matter in terms of placing. But yeah, that sprint finish.
Yeah.
Was.
And how was your run?
Insane. Right, like just kind of. I think everyone's pretty cooked by the end because it was hot and it's been a long year, and I think you kind of raced the first 10k and then you just settled really. And I think I lost one position in that final 10k. To be honest, I crossed the line. I was like, I kind of initially was a little bit disappointed with like not finishing inside the top 10, but to be honest, I couldn't have raced any harder, and I was happy with the year in the end. So Yeah, not too bad. And then I was also just excited to go on holiday as well. So like literally crossed the line. I was like, season is done. Like it's really nice to kind of not have any kind of stress hanging over your head with like racing and things. So yeah,
Yeah, I guess it's also nice finishing late because you can have Christmas off. Whereas like if
exactly.
you
Yeah,
finish
like
like if you finish in October, you're
yeah.
probably starting to think about doing some training at the minute or
I was
getting into a
messaging
block.
Jimmy about that because he obviously finished quite late and he said he's just been mooching
Yeah,
around, waiting until you basically just get all the Christmas and nights out of the way, and then it's almost like yeah, New Year, just start again.
yeah,
So I'm quite looking forward to that, just getting back into things.
yeah. And when are you back in Leeds?
This weekend, I've actually
Uh,
lost track of days. What is it? Is it Friday today?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably get back on Sunday evening, I
nice.
reckon.
I mean, I only know that because it says it in the corner of my screen. I'm the same. I do everything on
Okay,
date. Even like through the year, I generally could tell you the date, but not
yeah.
necessarily the day,
Yeah, it's weird when
unless
you
it's
don't often have a routine that's tied around working Monday to Friday, 9 till 5.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I lost track. Since the race finished, I had no idea what day we were on at all. Just kind of just rolling through.
yeah,
But it's a nice way to be.
yeah, yeah. Nice. Uh, and then Sam, you can start seeing as you're now sponsored by Precision Hydration about the good old Ironman sponsor, Kona or Nice. You've not been
I
to Kona, have you?
I quite like the idea of Kona one year, somewhere else another year, but keeping it men and women together.
Yeah,
But I don't like the idea of it being Kona one year and then Nice the next year. I want it to be Kona one year, somewhere else. Kona one year, somewhere else. Kona one year, somewhere
yeah.
else.
Move around like 70.3 Worlds does.
Yeah, I think
I
that'd be
mean,
really good.
it looked like Taupo. Like Taupo would make a
Oh,
great place for
yeah. Taupo
an
is a
Ironman
wicked
Worlds.
location. Really,
Yeah,
really cool place. Great sport as well. I guess the only difference would be like I imagine Ironman Worlds would it have more people qualified? I don't know. There's like 6,000 athletes
I don't know.
racing.
I think
So I don't
I
know
think
if
it's
it's
about the
got the
same.
capacity. Is it about the
It
same?
can be when it was Nice, it was about the same, or like it was like 3,500 men.
Yeah,
But you can equate that to if you
yeah. So I
split
guess
2 days.
the only issue would be like say it's a 6 a.m. start and people have got to drive in from Rotorua and get there.
Yeah,
I don't know, 2 hours, like four, like that. You're not even getting much sleep with that. I know probably it's the same anyway in most Ironmans, but
Kona's quite similar. A lot of people drive 45 minutes or an
I'll
hour
do they.
down from further up the island.
Okay, fine.
Waikoloa take 40 minutes.
All right. Obviously, it hosts its own Ironman
Yeah,
circuit,
yeah,
but not on that capacity. But obviously, they did a really good job with 70.3 World. So, yeah, it could be wicked.
yeah. I think it'd be interesting to see because we'll see now if they do move it. Kona's
Mhm.
always, I know they changed the date, but it's always like at some point in October. It
Yeah,
fluctuates from the first weekend to the last weekend through the years. Whereas we found with Nice, it had to be early because the weather turns. I think we're
Yeah.
going to see that next year in Marbella. The could be horrific for
Yeah, I don't know why
70.3
it's so late.
Worlds. Yeah, and then
I guess it's
the
so late because they want to finish off the series, the Pro
yeah,
Series. You can't
yeah,
have it much earlier because that's
yeah,
kind of the
exactly.
defining race, the Pro Series.
And then the same with like the Southern Hemisphere race, like Taupo, they want it later, so you're starting to move into summer,
Hmm.
rather than like if they have it early, you're in the middle of winter. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they negotiate that.
We had a taxi driver yesterday, and we were talking about cycling and like races next year. Elliot was saying about Connor Swift going to Tour Down Under, and he's going to Australia soon. And the taxi driver was like, like deadly serious. He went, "Yeah, it's summer there now." And we were like, "Yeah," and in Argentina, and in South Africa, and we were like,
That's how it works.
"Yeah." And he was like telling us as if he was inflicting new knowledge onto us, and we were just sat there like, "Anywhere else south of the equator having summer right now, mate?"
Yeah, fair. So that'll be interesting.
I like the idea that I don't know who said it to us. Same event, like having men and women in Kona together, but having women one weekend, men the next weekend.
That was me from, well, we were told at the same, I think we were told at the same time in Nice, or
Okay.
it came from one of those Nice conversations. We won't
Yeah.
reveal the source for fear of leaking. But yeah, we were told that it could do, because they couldn't do the Thursday. They said they'd have to split the days a week apart if they were to do separate days. I think the problem there is you'd have to put the women first so that all the men are there, because so many men just don't care about the women's race, and that's the obstacle they're trying to improve. Is like give the
Yeah.
women's race the respect it deserves. So it'd be cool to see, because if it was a week out, I reckon most of the men would watch, because you're on Kona anyway, right? Like, you
Yeah.
can't go to Kona 3 days before.
Would
Most
Pro
people,
Dry News be there for the women's race the week before, do you reckon, or would they just fly in for the men's race?
no, they're doing Kona every year. Remember, Kyle told us, Mark told us. I can fire them shots because I have followed the women's race every year.
That's
for the
all I
last
do.
race. Yeah, I think Jack Kelly's probably a little bit worse. So,
I've not
least
heard
Mark-
from Jack Kelly. He sent me a message whilst I was in Noosa,
right?
literally like 4 days before I was leaving, saying, "Oh, you're in Noosa?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been here for like 2 weeks. How long have you been here for?" And he's like, "I've been here for 10 days." I was like, "Oh, if you want to go for a beer or something, just let me know." And just didn't hear back from him, which is a shame. So I was looking forward to catching up.
I met him. We've told that story, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's just on a bit of a Christmas break or something. Not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's having time off it.
Yeah.
Probably,
Oh, I think
probably
he needs
training.
to. Oh, he's got some training to do, hasn't he, with Race and Mark?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. The other problem was there was nobody in Nice this year.
I was there.
Yeah, but like I meant from a spectator point of view, it was very
Oh, yeah, it was weird
desolate.
that. Yeah.
It didn't
So I
like
remember
draw
I was
out.
stood in transition in the morning, expecting the broadwalk bit behind to just fill with people,
Yeah,
like waiting for people to run through transition, and it didn't, and it was really strange. And I was just kind of stood there by myself.
yeah. Even Kona feels. I know Kona's a tiny town, so you can't disappear anywhere. Like all the spectators are in one place. But Nice never drew the big crowds. Although Pogacar was watching for a bit.
What do we think of his new bike?
I've not seen it.
You've not seen it? You must
No.
have seen it.
I've been in a wormhole of not social media. I've been having a social media detox and just clearing
You
my
send me
to-do list.
memes every day.
Yeah, but they're different. I just go on to watch useless stuff. Like my algorithm is in a really bad way. It just has the weirdest stuff.
I've started getting a lot of flat earthers and a lot of like tinfoil hat people who like there was one guy I was watching a video where he's telling me not to touch receipts because there's something in there that's bad for your testosterone. So never touch receipts anymore.
There you go. Or coins. Cash is. Although I
Yeah.
don't use cash much.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about being in Thailand. It's all cash.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Unless
really
you're getting
strange.
overcharged for something.
Yeah.
I guess when everything's so cheap, transaction fees are quite high.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but there's one place we were going to that it was 3% transaction fee to use your card. But
Right.
we were spending such little amounts of money that 3% worked out to be like 7p. I think we could stretch to that.
Yeah.
At least he's had a good year.
Yeah. Speaking of people having good years, Amaki needs to do some work because I needed to fix my bike.
I'm on a Christmas break.
Good, yeah. Like you have been for the last 8 weeks. Yeah. You just take more time off, mate. Don't you work too hard.
I'm actually dying for something to do. I've got nothing to do at the moment.
Mate, I can bring my bike round on the 29th.
Yeah, do.
Okay, I'll line that up. I'll bring the TT bike.
Have you been riding it?
No. Well, since you've seen it, I have.
Okay.
But not. So I rode it for a bit and then I've stopped riding much at all.
You can build
Yeah.
my bike up if you want after it's still in the bike bag from getting back from New Zealand, so you can do
Suddenly
that.
No.
Sam's got loads of work.
Sean
He's
needs
not coming
those
out
doing
and-
as well, actually. So
I don't do building bikes out of bags.
That's all you're paid for Nirvana.
Yeah, exactly. So I try and limit it when I'm at home.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go. I think I need a 33, is it 33 cassette on the back?
Maybe
And,
TT
and a new
bike.
chain. Yeah, you can get
All
them
right.
ordered.
Yeah.
Because I want to stay
I will.
one bike, and then I realised I've been on a 52-28. So that'll be why hills still feel a little bit punchy when you're my weight. It's not because I'm fat, it's just because I've got the wrong ratio.
yeah, that's a tough ratio. That is.
Yeah. It's because I just didn't think, because I had the 2810 from racing and then just never changed to like a training cassette. So yeah, the cassette's obviously absolutely mangled because I've had it on like probably for 7,000 miles, 8,000 miles. You're in for a treat, Sam.
I hate your bikes.
Because I actually ride them. And
Yeah, I
they look
know.
It's your job to look after them. So if you were doing a better job, they'd be easier to service.
I can't wait for you to get a new bike.
Hopefully,
Soon. I'm trying to get a new bike.
next 2 weeks. You're trying to get what bike? You trying to get?
I'm trying to buy a gravel bike, but Elliot's struggling to sell me one.
I just can't get the staff. What? I don't understand. Why is he struggling to sell you one?
I've told him which bike I want, and I've told him to get me a price, and this was 2 weeks ago, and he's not got me a price yet.
He almost definitely doesn't listen to this, so you're gonna have to ask him.
Oh no, I asked him. I ran with him this morning to his work, and I reminded him then.
Where from? Station.
No, no. Sorry, he was working in the warehouse, which is near his house.
Oh, did you stay at his?
Yeah,
Right, I understand now. I was like, logistically, that's quite a. For you, that's like my kind of logistics. You like start
Yeah.
1 miles away from where you need to be, finish another place still miles from where you need to be.
I was. I thought of you the other day, actually, Jack.
Oh, that's cute. Is this gonna get weird?
No, my parents are moving. My parents are moving
We're on a video. You can't talk like this now.
to Chicksands, which is near like Bedford. And I was like, oh, that's somewhere that I thought about. If parents, I could ride there because I know you ride to Loughborough quite a lot, but then
Yeah.
Bedford's quite a lot further away. So
It's like Northampton, right?
yeah, it's way away.
I still can't see a problem.
Yeah, I know you can't, but
And that's probably why I'm still broken.
I'm going to do some of your big rides that you did in Lanza a couple of years ago this year.
With Christian and Thor or by yourself?
Well, Christian won't be there.
Yeah, of course.
I
like
and
that
not with
post-
Thor
Nice.
because he'll ride too hard.
Just don't do what we did and ride into the headwind. No, with a tailwind all day. Ride into the headwind all day so that when you realise you're smashed, you turn around. Lanza's all right for that because if you can do like you don't have to double back on yourself much. Like you can get a few 100k or 200 odd k in without doing. You've ridden basically every road on the island, but you've not ridden anything twice.
Yeah.
It's not like so small that you're doing loops. So like Dubai or whatever, trying to ride 200k in Dubai, you do, whatever that is, 23 laps of that circuit or whatever. So
Yeah, that'd be shy.
yeah. When are you there in Lanza?
25th.
I might come the same day,
Fly out same day.
maybe a couple of days later, but the same week.
We're flying from Leeds.
Nice, because I've got that. I'm busy on the 25th, but then I'm free. I need to be in Lanza on the 30th. So
Okay.
if I'm a little bit less broken, then I might come out and do some swimming and a little bit cycling, like 3 days, 4 days before I need to be there, and stay in Barcello for 3 or 4 days because then I'm working in La Santa area
Yeah.
from like the 30th or whatever it is with Bottrell and Jim.
Jim.
You not met Jim? You like Jim a lot.
Alright.
Jim is one of Clarkie's age groupers that owns a kit company called SLS3. So it's like they do like affordable kit. So they sell a lot of stuff on Amazon and places like that rather than like, premium type kit. It's almost like beginner, like triathlon kit aimed at beginners, but still like a reasonable quality. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So he just tags onto the back of various training camps like Bottrell and Clarkey. We shoot with their age groupers and just have beers in the evenings. And he comes on the odd training ride and gets dropped, and then we see him later. But he's a really nice bloke. I thought you'd met him.
No, I don't think so.
Fair. Yeah.
Speaking of Amazon,
Go on.
I think I've got a online shopping addiction. So I think I came back from Thailand and had about 38 packages, maybe more. I had like my own, because I've been away for 2 months. I forgot the start of what I'd ordered. So I remembered the stuff I ordered just before I got back. It was like having my own Christmas on Christmas Eve when I got there. When I got back, because I just sat there opening all my stuff. I was like, "Ooh,
it's a good job Lucy wasn't there. You'd have got in trouble spending all her money."
In Leeds, and half of it was at her parents in Huddersfield.
What kind of stuff have you been buying?
Real boring shit. Carbon.
Yeah.
Blue. This would have been really good to have, Tom, in Milwaukee.
Oh, what is it?
It's really, really, really strong glue. A lot stronger than the glue that we found.
For
a
split second,
glue we could ever get.
It was the strongest glue we could get in like a shop. I've ordered this online and it costs about 70 quid, but it holds shit together.
I thought for a second you said lube, and it's the opposite. It's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
That escalated really quickly.
Trying to think what else I've got for anything. I'm in the process of making hideous bottle contraptions. So hopefully Iron Man don't change the rules. But I've had a load of shit 3D printed, which is quite fun.
Well, it depends which rules you're looking at, right? Because they changed the rules this time last year and didn't enforce any of it.
Yeah. We'll see. And I've got a chain. Sam Proctor sent me a chain.
I saw that.
Yeah, send me a chain and an invoice. So if I never ever see him again, I think I'd have to pay the invoice. So I'll just avoid him. I think that's how it works.
Yeah. What kind of chain? For you or for Lucy? Or to try?
Essentially for Lucy. It's a new flat top 12-speed YBN chain. I'm going to get someone to do some efficiency testing on it and see if it's faster than the SRAM one.
Sweet.
Yeah. Boring shit.
Oh, what? Oh, we lost him.
No, I'm back. I think my iPad's about to die. What, 10%?
Oh, there. That's plenty of time. We can cut now anyway. We've done 45 minutes of nonsense, so we should probably wrap up. Tom's got 10 pubs to go and get.
That's
that tomorrow.
I'm gonna. It starts at midday, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go back to bed now because I'm absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
It's probably the middle of the night from what I'm used to. So I actually have a nap on Christmas Day.
I did that, but I wasn't even jet lagged.
Wait, did you nap at 6 p.m.?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 p.m. I fell
asleep whilst I was on the sofa chatting to Sean's grandparents. So yeah, I thought it was time.
They came back in and all three of you were asleep.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I went to the pub on Christmas Day. I didn't realize they were open or that they would be so busy.
Yeah, it's quite a popular thing.
Common thing.
Yeah.
It was good.
I don't know what else to say to that, Sam.
Is
that because you didn't want to cook, or you can't cook?
I cooked.
What, in the pub?
No, I cooked. I went for a pint of Guinness because I thought there was a shortage, but it turns out you could still get it.
Shortage?
Apparently there's a shortage of Guinness in the UK at the moment.
There was plenty at the football match yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've not seen that at all.
But yeah, I cooked roast dinner.
Is that a Guinness advert?
No, I went to a pub with Elliot yesterday and they said they only had 1 barrel over Christmas because of the shortage.
There you go. Well, we'll read more on that and come back with some. At least you have learned something today.
I can cook.
Yeah, you missed that. What did you cook?
I cooked roast dinner. I did the whole thing. Me and my mum. It was good.
Sous chef.
Me and my mum spent all day cooking and then sat down on the table and my sister went, I thought we were having beef, not turkey. I was like, fucking hell.
Instagram.
Yeah, gym on Christmas Day, I didn't think it were open.
No, I didn't think it would have been. It's a good little innings.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of effort.
Yeah, it always is the gym.
Yeah, fair. Right, well, we'll wrap up there.
Yeah.
And we'll debrief after the New Year's run for you guys. Taxi ride for me.
Oh, God. I might get
In the new year. You can't say you're jet lag still. Oh, you might be. Right, cheers, lads. We'll catch up soon.
Adios.